What's up? It's your boy Nicholas Rivas. I talk about stuff and playing video games for the month of October every single day. So let's get on into it. I've been playing Doom. I just got this big gun. I'm excited for Halloween. So let's just chat about that. And then also, did you guys just see the Trump thing? Am I going crazy here? Oh, I got more guns. I just saw a video of Trump just standing on stage for 45 minutes. I just can't wait for this election to be over. On the plus side, his music choices are phenomenal. I'm pretty far into Doom. I don't really know if I should be doing. I think I should just leave, right? Like that's the. Okay, I'm just gonna leave. Pretty far into Doom. I think I'm like halfway through the whole game. Let's see what this does. Ooh. Okay, that's pretty sick. How do I make them explode? What the heck is this? What's that? But yeah, shouts to the guys who created Doom, man. This game is phenomenal. I haven't played Eternal yet, so then the goal is to play Eternal and then see where I go from there, because I think right now my mindset is Doom Eternal is gonna be probably 10 times better than this game, and this game was already sick as hell. And then the newest one that's coming out just looks like phenomenal. So I'm trying to get it before, I'm trying to beat it before then, but you know, we'll see about that one. I'm gonna switch back to my shotgun. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is like the perfect spooky game. I'm digging the choice that I picked. I think I'm gonna try to do Eternal as well before the month of October ends, and we'll go from there. Also, hyped as heck, but in the month of October I feel like I should post about this more, but haunted houses and scary things that you can do throughout your town. I mean, I don't know how everyone else has it, but right now I have places that I can go to. Like, we have a slaughterhouse here in Arizona that people go to, and it's a haunted house. We went to that and it was really fun. It was really cool. Oh, I died. So we have like this well-renowned, like scary, place, the slaughterhouse, which you can go to for fairly cheap, and just see like spooky, scary stuff going on, right? And then we also have this like fear farm thing, and then we have a big thing called Nightfall. And in Nightfall, it's basically this big, old Tucson studios where they would shoot movies and stuff just turned into basically like a big haunted house or multiple haunted houses and like train. It's really cute, and it's like really the only thing like you can go to Nightfall throughout the year, but it's really mostly there for Nightfall, the scary thing. It's really fun. So that's what my plan is. I'm trying to hit all the spooky stuff. I remember I did it once, like back in 2016. I hit all the spooky things that I could hit. That probably wasn't even 2016. But we basically try to hit like the Fear Farm, and then Nightfall, and then Slaughter. So like trying to hit all the cool stuff that you can hit before the year ends. And then there's stuff because I'm in the smaller town of Arizona, not like the smallest, but I'm in a smaller town comparatively to Phoenix, where Phoenix is like, you have all these crazy things. I've never been to any of those, and so I'm thinking like, even though like our state fair is during October, and I feel like I never really partake in that kind of stuff. So my goal is to try to hit stuff like that before the month ends, because of course all of it ends anyway in October, so it's not like I have much of a choice anyway. But I feel like I can hit every crazy thing before the month ends. So yeah, that's basically it. I also ideally want to go to somewhere. I saw someone from my Instagram post photos of them going to like Salem, Massachusetts, and it's like things like that I've never really been anywhere other than Chicago for like another spooky event or another like big event. And so I feel like I can really hit a lot of stuff this year. Like I'm feeling good with myself. I feel like I can hit these things I never have. At the very least, all the Arizona stuff, because I've been here my majority of my life. Like I can hit some things before the month ends, because I feel like I'm already on a good track. We're gonna hit Nightfall soon, and the Fear Farm soon, and so, you know, I can maybe save a weekend for one of those Phoenix events. And then, you know what, Salem, somewhere like that, it's probably better in November. So that's the mindset. Yeah, I think I just formed this like badass plan of how to participate in all the stuff that I want to do. I want to go to where they shot Halloween Town. Where did they shoot Halloween Town in Beetlejuice? That's my like basic bitch stuff. I want to see that kind of thing. You know, I want to see that little small spooky town where like the seasons actually change. Because being in Arizona, you know, you're just this desert that is cold and then it's back to heat. You know, like there's not much. So that's gonna be the goal, is to see some actual leaves change, hopefully soon. And then at the very least say that I hit all the stuff that I could hit in my own town, right? Like, because you have all these things anyway. Shoot, even like going to little towns in Arizona, like there's a place called Bisbee, where it's like a ghost town and they have like haunted trains and it's cute and there's like these haunted tours. I've never done, you know, any of those during like the spookier season, so why not? Let's just get it. Like, I've never done like a ghost tour. Isn't that crazy? I feel like what you know, what am I doing here? So yeah, that'll be the goal. I think I can hit everything. At the very least, like, I feel like this year I've been the most productive with my like partaking in the spooky things, because even like playing these spooky games throughout the year, I feel like I just didn't. Like when I was doing grad school, I wasn't really like, I feel like, you know, taking advantage of the spooky season. It would be like a party here and there, or like you know, a nightfall, you know. But I feel like I've been doing actively hitting all this stuff even before October. We got in it in September. We went to Halloween Horror Nights, and so shoot, I think I'm feeling pretty good. You know, and if not, like, I feel like I tried my best. You know, there's no way I can say it, like I didn't try to hit everything. So yeah, you know what? It's a good year anyway. It feels like I'm hitting all the stuff I gotta hit. It feels like I'm participating, and if I'm not, you know, what do you want from me? You know, I'm just a young boy. This year does feel pretty good though. I feel like this is the most October it's ever felt, even though it's hot. Like it's definitely like weird how hot it's still during this time. I feel like I'm feeling the October vibes more than I ever have felt. So I know this year I'm not gonna look back and be regretful. How do I kill these guys? Even with the heat, but it's gonna get cold. It's gonna feel like actual weather has changed because it's just been hundreds and awful. So, you know, we'll get that vibe real quick, and then we can really partake. I remember around this time too, when I was doing like a nightfall when I was younger, it was like freezing when we were doing it. But I don't know how deep of an October that was, and how much of that really was cold, or am I just tripping? But I mean, things have been getting hot. Like, that's just like a fact, you know. Don't lie to me about my memories, even if it's my hippocampus lying to me. Oh, I'm so stupid. How do I throw? You know, it's funny. I've been playing this game for a minute and I don't know how to throw a grenade. There's a grenade. Also, I've been seeing like spooky movies throughout the whole year. Like, I feel like I've never stopped. This is the most October I've ever felt. And if I can up myself next year, then I'd be surprised, because I feel like this is the year that I've been, I think because I've been more stable with my position at my work. I've been more stable with my mind and mental, and this is also like post-COVID, so things are, you know, coming back to normal. Obviously 4 years later should be, but like, you know, things are just feeling a lot more like, you know, pre-craziness, and I feel like healthier mindset. I feel like financially I'm more healthier. Like, I'm just in a good position. I think ultimately, you know, crazy things can occur and that's just life. But right now I'm feeling pretty good. Even at my lowest, when I'm like down, I've been being picked up and feeling in a Halloween spirit. So yeah, take that, society. Try to take your boy down. I feel like I'm in the spooky mindset. I'm in a good mindset. I just feel beautiful right now. But you know, they say when one thing goes up, it keeps going up, because that's society and life. Also, I love this game. This game is so cool. Look at this. Look at this. I was scared the game was going to get pretty, you know, I guess like repetitive. not that I would have like a real reason for it to be repetitive, but it's definitely been my worry with some of these games. I mean, with Quake, I used to get bored of Quake really quick. I wasn't like the biggest Quake fan, you know. I wasn't like that deep into the lore of it, and I don't think I could tell you like much of Quake and how much I've played of it. But now playing this Doom, because again, I've never really beat Doom. I remember playing Doom 3 and like not really finishing it, even though I was really hyped for it. I remember playing the first original Doom, and I just played like a few levels, and I never really like got through it. Maybe Doom 64, but even then, like, kind of a poser. I mean, this game is phenomenal. Like, there's no question about it. Like, this game is just, it hits all the right beats, and it's just the coolest thing ever. Like, you really feel like Batman. So yeah, I don't know. I think this is definitely up there for me in the games I've played as of this year. I genuinely can't think of. I played like, was it last year? I think I played Red Falls, and maybe I'm getting my years mixed up. But I feel like I played Jedi Survivor this year, and it was really good, but it didn't like keep me as much as the first one did. Oh man, I'm trying to remember what I even played. Oh, I played that Immortal Varium, I think it was. That one was okay. It kind of got... See, I think that's where it got repetitive, is I think a lot of first-person shooters don't really leave when they should leave. You know, they kind of overstay their welcome. Whereas Doom, I felt like it's just been throwing me, like, really cool set pieces and really cool vibes, and it's just been consistent. And if something gets stagnant, it kind of picks itself up and shows something, you know, more exciting. I don't know. I feel like this is just like a top game right now. One of the best for me, and I'm just so excited for Eternal. I'm so excited for the third game. I didn't think I was gonna be this in love with Doom, but here we are. And then also Smile 2 comes. I'm sorry, that just hit me right now. That we just got some good stuff going on. It's a good day to be a horror fan too. I saw Terrifier. That was phenomenal. That's probably up there too for like a top movie for me. It's a really good movie. They like definitely overstate their welcome. Kind of these lower budget movies, I feel like they're really bad at pacing themselves. Like, you ever watch a Sharknado, like it looks funny, and then you actually watch and you're like, oh, this is kind of dragging on. That was the case with Terrifier, where I was like, oh, this looks cool, but I kind of just don't like have any interest in the characters. And I think for the most part, they're, you know, just there to get killed, so it's not like they need to be interesting anyway. But I feel like Terrifier 3 really like subverted expectation and became interesting with its characters and its where it's going with the story. Also, it was just shot beautiful. You look at Terrifier 1 and it was very much like just simple shots, you know, like that over the shoulder look of many of movies that like or don't know or have good cinematography. When I was watching the second Terrifier, I'm like, oh, this is definitely improvement from this like low budget, like, you know, borderline student film. But it was still like, I feel like the director doesn't have that great of a sense of cinematography. I mean, he's there for the effects. That's what it feels like, which is fine. But this one felt like he had an actual like DP, and like he had, you know, these people telling him like, get this shot. Like, he can focus on like the effects, and maybe like an actual writer can work in that. Say he's not a writer, but, like, you know, someone that like is exclusively like, I'm here to help the pacing of the film with your writing, your characters. That's what I felt with like the newest Terrifier. So I definitely felt like I feel like I've gotten like 3 weapons in the last like 10 minutes. Like, they're just kind of throwing it at me. I felt like the most recent Terrifier has been not only my favorite, you know, of the series, but just like in general, like how amazing of a film it was. So I imagine myself being like a pretty big fan of whatever that guy makes next, because I think he's making just the next Terrifier. I swear I saw that. I hope I'm not lying to everybody. But whatever he makes, I'm there. Like, it's just been a phenomenal series. Even with like my complaints about the first 2, they were still really entertaining. They were still really fun when they had to be. So you really can't complain too much about these movies. Like, they're not avant-garde, and I don't like that excuse to like completely derail any sort of criticism for a movie, but you kind of know what you're getting, right? And so I think Terrifier has been phenomenal. I'm about to die, aren't I? You bastard. But I think with the Terrifier films, they've been fantastic, and there's just been some shit scary movies. Like I saw that swimming pool movie, and that was awful. I saw the oh gosh, what's that movie? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. I saw Imaginary. That's what it was. That was dog shit. That movie was it pissed me off. It was like making fun of people who like horror. I felt like it wasn't even just like a cash grab of like we need to release something in February. It just felt like, oh, they hate people who watch horror films. That's what it felt like. Like they not only did every trope, but they did every trope to the point where I felt like they were just trying to make fun of people. Like I don't think they gave a shit. So yeah, fuck that movie and fuck. I respect everybody who makes a movie though. I gotta take that back. As much as I shit on somebody, I know like how much it took to get, but I felt like that was like a cash grab. Like there was no way somebody was really watching that. Like this is my magnum opus. Not to say every movie needs to be, but it definitely was a movie where I felt like, okay, they didn't care about this, so I shouldn't care about this. Like, you know, what do you expect, right? Which, again, shouldn't be an excuse. You should criticize. I just think that like they could have done better. They could have done so much better. Even for like a February like stupid release movie, it was fun, or it should have been fun, and. You can have that for like a Terrifier, you know. You can say that for the first two. You can't say that for Imaginary or like the Night Swim. Like either get into the cheese of it, or don't fucking make the movie. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't, you know, I don't think it's controversial to say that Imaginary and like Night Swim should not exist. I was so hyped for Night Swim. I thought it was gonna be like when there was like a scene of just them at a party and like everyone's there for the pool. I thought like this is gonna be the massacre scene, and nothing happens. You get one guy who sees like a little spooky thing, and then someone drowns outside the pool. Like it's stupid. It was the dumbest thing. That movie deserved to be punched, or anybody who supported that movie. So I deserve to be punched. I gotta say though, besides those stinkers, even movies like Beetlejuice, amazing. Like I've had nothing but fun with a lot of these movies this year. So. As much as that sounds like I'm complaining, I think it's been nothing but like big hitters. Like I think we've witnessed some pretty good cinema this year, especially in the horror scene. I'm sure there's gonna be someone who says 2008 actually had 3 plus good movies that represented. I think the movies so far this year have just been phenomenal and pretty consistent. And yeah, like even in the past years, I know with this came out last year, but there's a movie called When Evil Lurks. That movie was phenomenal. And like even though it wasn't my top, how much credit it got, how much respect, even like Terrifier this year is getting the box office with like ease, and Joker's getting destroyed. And like no disrespect to the Joker film, I don't know how much of it was like some love put in and it was just a misfire, but I definitely think Terrifier deserves that it's flowers. Like I think it put in that work. It's been around since I think 2016. So it wasn't like this series wasn't like in the making trying to make some good stuff. Like the director sounds like he was really trying his best to make his, you know, movie. And you just got to respect that. Again, even if I have my complaints about the movie, even if I probably not going to go back and watch the first Terrifier again because it was so, you know, slow paced and low budget, and it still does its job, and it's still really commendable that this movie even exists, especially to be successful. So nothing but love for Terrifier and art, and also seeing just how much people like are throwing flowers at the guy who plays Art shows that we are in like a different era of cinema, of horror cinema. Like you have people respecting the grind that it takes to make these horror films, and even though they could be cheap like a Night Swim, I think more or not people are trying to make something that they care about, something that speaks to them. You know, maybe I'm just being sentimental for no reason, but I think there's a clear-cut respect now for horror that it wasn't getting for a while, because for the most of the time I feel like when you had movies like a Rosemary Baby or an Exorcist, those movies were seen with respect and admiration. Fast forward to House of Wax in the 2000s, you know, many, I feel like films and film critics were like ashamed of horror, you know, and I think they always had a place in people's hearts. And someone said this, people who like love and go crazy for horror are kind of like Disney adults. There's this comparison of like they're over obsessive. They kind of exclude other media. Um, they don't shut up about it. And I to an extent I think that's a lot of like niche, hobbies or intersects of media. But I also see it as kind of valid because I think a lot of horror people make it their identity because it's such a very popular thing. You look at Halloween, it's one of the most popular holidays. Even for people who don't celebrate it, like I've met a plethora of people who are like, oh, it's my religion not to celebrate it. They still kind of envy. Like I've talked to them, and I'm not going to like say names, but there have been people who are like, I don't like celebrating, but it's so fun. It's kind of like a Christmas, right? It's like horror is it's such a of its own beast. Like the whole Disney adults is funny because it's a niche of people. Not saying not a lot of people go to Disney, but the niche of people who call themselves like a Disney adult. It's a small group, I'm sure, who like vocally say that, who live up to that stereotype. When you have something like a horror, it's so the tent is so huge for horror, and I think many people don't realize just how everyone loves the spookiness and how it's a huge industry. You look at these movies like Terrifier, and it's beating this sort of artsy film that won an Oscar in Joker, right? So like spooky stuff, horror stuff has its place, and yeah, the tent can be a little bit too big where it's annoying. It's still something that I like give nothing but love for, and it's a genre that inspires me, and I like the holiday and spookiness that comes with horror, and it's just a fun time. And I'm very blessed to live in this like new age world where I can celebrate my favorite holiday, and it's also so accepted. Because also too, talking about more about personal life, but when I worked at a position a while ago, there was people who I couldn't even talk with. Like I was in meetings, and we would say like, "Oh, what'd you do for the weekend?" "Oh, I went to go see a scary movie or a haunted house." And I would have coworkers tell me like, "Hey, that's inappropriate." And like, I didn't say anything inappropriate. I just told you what I did. But I don't believe in that. Like I was told that before, like, and you can't stop, you can't like completely stop people from being so against whatever you do, and I'm sure there's gonna be something I'm probably against. I can't even think of it. These people were just kind of kooky with me. But all that being said is, and now I'm glad to live in a time where I feel like I can express myself. I can enjoy the horror stuff. I can see others enjoying it for what it is, a good time, a romp. And yeah, it's just a good time to be alive is all I'm saying. I think I'm starting to get stuck here. There's probably something I'm missing, and I don't want to spend too long just kind of running around and boring you all. So I think, okay, I need a yellow card. I think I'm going to end it here and call it a day. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Expect a new video every single day, and thank you. Peace.